What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there today? It is almost that time for some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles out of the shadows. So you all know what that means. It's time for another road. We're going to do an entire new marathon, and it's about damn time. Okay, now with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, obviously everybody's grown up watching it, almost everybody, but this definitely hits home for me just because it started when I was first born, okay? And in order, we all know they had the comic books, which is a lot different, but this time we are talking about specifically is the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It came out in 1990, where this comic book turned cartoon turned movie was just a phenomenal sensation for its time, and I can't express how important this film is to me. This out of a lot of things I've loved the Power Rangers, I've loved the Dragon Ball Z's, and I've loved the wrestlings, and now I'm getting into more bigger and just broader movies now that I'm actually starting to do this. But it all started with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for me. This film by far is still probably my favorite movie of all time. You can't. It's hard for me. It's hard for any movie to beat this one just because of the way that it hits me right here in the heart. Now, obviously, I'm gonna be a little biased because Raph is my favorite. I don't know who else. Everybody has their own favorites for their own reasons. I'm more of a Raph guy. My good friend Tony is a Leo guy. We don't know why. We don't care. But this movie, from beginning to end, was fun. Once you see April in her yellow coat, which calls back to the cartoon, all the way to the very last scene where they do their cowabunga at the end of the day, it still puts a smile on my face. And I'm 28 years old, okay? This movie should be able to do that to me. And I'm 28, and the fact that it's still fun for me. The whole family aspect of this film, like with Raph and Leo being able to relate with each other, me and my brother were that same way. We fought a lot, but at the end of the day, you're still my brother, and I got your back. And then Mikey with the endless jokes just keep coming and coming. I mean, for God's sakes, forgiveness is divine, but you never pay full price for late pizza. I still live by that code today. Don't be late. You ain't getting full price for the pizza, B. That's all I got to say about that. Donnie, still the funny one. The movie from beginning to end is just fantastic, okay? The first time we see Splinter on the screen, the first time we see Shredder on the screen, Shredder was probably one of the first villains on a television screen that I actually was afraid of for a minute. You know, now that I grow up, it's still cartoonish and fun, but Shredder was actually meaning business. The whole propaganda of the foot and being able to take the teens, because there's always more teens than anybody else out there. So, you know, you control the teens, you control the city. And I just think this movie is still just fantastic. The costumes that they're in, the rubber costumes, they still look good today. And I love how even if you were to take off each of their masks, you can tell which character is which just because of the puppeteering of the face and how they put their suits together. I just love that. The action is still funny. Mikey being able to take on a Foot Clan with his nunchuck, spin him on his finger. This film can't. It's hard. It's hard for me. There's been other movies out there that have been great, and I will pick this movie over The Godfather, over any other Matrix movie, Indiana Jones. Like I said, even Power Rangers. That was my next phase. But still, I have to say that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from the '90s is the one that started me wanting to just watch movies in the first place. And for me, that hits home. That hits home. Now that we're getting a new one, I can't wait just to see what they're going to do with Krang. Now, I mean, that's going to be fun. Now that we actually are going to, now we looks like we have a Shredder that's closer to what we've seen lately instead of the first one. But I digress. I'll get into that one once we get into that film. But as for the '90s commercial, I mean, the '90s movie, just being able to pull something like this off in the '90s, I believe was a big stepping stone for a lot of future movies to come. You know, you're getting more movement, you're getting more character depiction, and this is what I think that a lot of people love, because it focuses on the family aspect from beginning to end with this film, and that, you know, the lessons that they were trying to learn throughout this movie. Raph obviously needs to work on his anger. Leo needs to think outside the box sometime. You can't do everything by the book. Donnie and Mike just need to take the situations a little more seriously. But obviously, like I said, because of the cartoon, they wanted to go with the kids version, which I understand now. Obviously, now that I'm grown, I'm starting to appreciate the older comic books more, but because they're darker, but still at the same time, this is the first one that I saw. This is what molded me to do what I wanted, and I cannot wait to get on to the next film. Now, for the next film, we're going to be moving into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secrets of the Ooze, and I will be putting that quickie up just right after this one. I'm just going to go ahead and pop it into my Blu-ray player, and we're going to get this thing popping. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 coming at you. Peace!